is Shanice, aka Big Bad Lexi, and today I'm just gonna be giving you guys a few tips on why your makeup isn't really just turning out the way that you want it to. So this is like good for beginners and like people that's just getting into makeup, or it can be for people that's like they know what they're doing but they still need like a little bit of direction. But before we get into the video, y'all know the drill. Just like and subscribe. Make sure you do that first. I'll give you a few moments. All right, we're good to go. First things first. So before you start doing your makeup, you want to make sure that your skin is properly hydrated and moisturized. Sometimes people, they just like start putting makeup on their face without any moisturizer or without any primer, and a lot of times that can cause like streaks, or just like it just doesn't let the makeup go in as smoothly. So you do want to moisturize and take care of your skin as well. That's, you know, basically a given. Find a skincare routine that is for you. Know your skin pretty well, whether it's dry or you have oily skin combination, and just use the proper products to keep your skin within a good balance. Is the use of primer. Some people use primer, some people don't. Some people use moisturizer as primer, which is okay. But if you know that you have like let's say acne, or more so like really oily skin or whatever, like if you have dry skin, you want to use like a mattifying, if you have oily skin, you want to use like a mattifying like type of balm like primer. Or if you have like a lot of acne or like bumps and stuff like that, that way you can create like a barrier between the makeup and your skin. But just keep in mind, like, it's just like using makeup is just like, you know, painting. Like, you need a good primer, you need a smooth canvas to apply said product. So another important thing is that you want to make sure that you're using clean brushes. It's not really convenient to wash your brushes after every use, especially if you are using a lot of brushes. But you do want to have like a regular routine of cleaning your brushes, because a lot of times makeup can build up in the inside of the brushes. For one, that's going to give your actual skin some bad problems, that's harboring bacteria and all that type of stuff, and you're applying more product than you actually need to your face when you're using product from weeks and months ago that's still, you know, residual on your brushes. So like I said, it's not really convenient to wash your brushes after every use. You can get like some alcohol, like spray alcohol, and kind of just give your brushes like a quick cleanse. Like I like to use 90% because it doesn't, my brushes aren't going to be like wet for days and days at a time. It'll only take like a few minutes to dry. Just spray your brushes down and wipe them off with a paper towel, or you can just thoroughly wash them with you know, soap and water or whatever, just to make sure you're not carrying, you know, makeup from days and days ago and reapplying it to your skin. So yeah. Improper brushes is another problem. Typically my rule of thumb is use smaller brushes for smaller areas, like underneath your eyes and stuff like that, and use bigger brushes for bigger areas, like when it comes to putting on your foundation and stuff like that. That I see commonly is people using like big brushes, or brushes that are bigger than what they need for their eyebrows. That doesn't like really give you like a precise type of application. So I could do a video to show you guys like what brushes that I use, or what I think is suitable for different areas of the face or whatever, or you guys can just do your own research and just know what you're doing. But that's another reason, if you're using the wrong brush or the wrong type of sponge or whatever, it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to buy expensive brushes. It's not really so much about the price or the brand of the brush as it is the quality. So that's another thing. You want to use brushes that are For face, I would say like for your foundation and stuff like that, you want to use brushes that are like kind of fluffy but still sturdy. And otherwise for your eyebrows and smaller areas, you want brushes that are a little bit more condensed. Well, not condensed, brushes that are a little bit more dense. So yeah, like I said, I can go more into detail. If that's something you guys are interested in seeing, let me know. So another problem with applying makeup is improper light. To go buy like a huge ring light or a bunch of equipment. Honestly, like I have like a small tabletop ring light that cost me about $40. But you want to use like enough light so that when you step outside, you don't look totally different than what you did in your bathroom when you were putting on your makeup. So you want to, you know, have bright lights, like, you know, if you have to switch your bulbs out, or if you just have to use multiple lights while you're applying your makeup, or if you just like, if you're going out during the daytime, set up your little station or whatever and do your makeup in front of a window or where there's a bunch of sunlight, so you can accurately judge what your face is looking like, you know, while you're doing it, and make sure everything's blended and all of that. Another tip is eyebrows. Eyebrows basically set the tone for your face. Like, I feel like your eyebrows are probably the #1 most important part of your face. So the most typical problem that I see is like people having really harsh eyebrows or really like just square and boxed eyebrows. Well, #1 reason being is people tend to outline their eyebrows instead of filling them in. If you're going for a more natural look, I would say fill in your eyebrows versus outlining the shape of your eyebrows. Like, just follow the natural shape of your eyebrow. Another thing is to start in the middle with your product instead of starting at the beginning. Just drag the middle of your brow out to your tail and brush it up in the front instead of actually applying product directly at the beginning of your eyebrow. Make sure that you're using like precise brushes. I like to use like flat angle brushes. This is not something you have to do. Honestly, you just have to find what's best for you. But for me, I like to use flat angle brushes to apply concealer underneath my eyebrow and above. Something else about eyebrows. Also, if you're just starting, for a more natural look, I would say go with more powder-based products versus liquid or cream type products for your eyebrows, because that leaves more room for error and it's not something that's so harsh. Like, let me see. If you know that you don't have a steady hand or that you have a heavy hand, especially when it comes to like using liquids and creams, powder is going to be like your best friend, or even like pencil liners versus an eyebrow pomade or a liquid liner. One of the like most overlooked things I feel like people just kind of do without is like setting spray. Setting spray literally sets your face. Setting spray right before I apply my foundation, and I also apply setting spray to my actual brush. Not to wet it, but to kind of dampen it, because that helps grip the skin and it helps make blending a lot easier. When you do apply setting spray, especially afterwards, it kind of like shows you the areas where you need to blend a little bit more. And it just makes everything like melt into the skin, so it doesn't look like you just have products sitting directly on top of your skin. Setting spray helps make skin look more like skin, if you know what I'm saying. And especially like if you're using highlighting products, like if you're highlighting, definitely you need to be using setting spray, because otherwise it's just gonna look like you just have like shiny streaks over your face. So don't skip setting spray. Don't skip setting powder either. You don't have to bake, but setting spray and setting powder are definitely crucial to how your makeup turns out. The finishing product, the finished look of your makeup. And the last but not least, your mood plays a huge part and has a major impact on how your makeup turns out, especially if you're just starting out. I would say, honestly, just be patient with yourself, because none of us knew what we were doing when we first started. Like, none of us had the slightest clue what we were doing. And if you're already like putting that pressure on yourself, you're gonna be more frustrated throughout the process. And then when it turns out a way that you're not expecting it to look, you're just gonna be either mad at yourself or you're gonna be just done with makeup forever. And I don't think you want that. But yeah, I feel like your mood has like a huge impact on how you feel about yourself when you're applying makeup and stuff like that. So like I said, especially if you're just starting out, just be patient with yourself and just trust that you will learn and get better as you continue to practice. I honestly think that was it. I don't think there was anything else. So yeah, that is basically the end of my video and all the tips that I have for you guys. Like I said, you can just let me know if you guys want any more tips or anything that you want me to elaborate on. I will gladly do that for you. So yeah, just be sure to like, give me a thumbs up, and make sure that you are subscribed before you get out of here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Find nobody who say you ain't gonna find no one who do it like me, 'cause I got a lead shit, baby. I could unleash shit, baby. I'm talking real shit.